policymakers are really myopic. They're just looking at the cost of the drugs, which is an investment in managing and treating a patient. And then really not looking at what are the total costs of managing and treating that patient to the Medicare program.
My insurance company thinks they know more about what I need than my doctor does, and then I do. It's a constant battle to make sure that I can get the medication that I need.
These drugs change mortality. They don't just make you feel better, but it's life or death. For these heart failure medications, for our prevention medicines, for cardiovascular disease, it is a huge time constraint.
Since 1995, I've been living with atrial fibrillation and different blood clot disorders. First finding out, and the fear and the panic because I thought it was a heart attack, and then trying to navigate through antiarrhythmic drugs, trying to find the right electrophysiologist, trying to see what the most cutting-edge pulmonary ablation procedures there were.
I think there's some good parts of the IRA, but I think there's some unintended consequences. We know the timeline for biologic agents from a patent is still long, but it was shortened for small molecules, which is really what the majority of the drugs my patients use, especially ones who have difficulty accessing drugs.
People respond differently to different medications. And so that's why it's really important to have access to a broad range of medications to treat heart disease or high blood pressure or elevated cholesterol, because we have such heterogeneity in terms of how people respond. And if we have a narrowing of those classes of drugs, certainly for some people, that's going to be a real healthcare disadvantage.
And I felt as though I was just in the dark, and I was, until I finally found a group that were just more than willing to do and help and put me back together.
The Government Accountability Office last year came out with a report. They said that because of the rebates that don't get passed through to patients and all the other things going on, that Medicare beneficiaries pay more for their medications than their insurance plans do.